Decades after independence, Kenya has grappled with challenges that have ended our dignity: water shortage, hunger, malnutrition, and insecurity. It has been a cycle, predictable, devastating, and frustrating.
Drought inachukua muda mrefu kuambia na raining season. So unakuta kwamba inaangamiza wale mifugo, kama ni mbuzi, kama ni ng'ombe.
There is an acute challenge of access to clean water for human consumption.
Availability of water has a direct impact to food security. Water is used by livestock. Most of the people who live in asal areas are livestock herders. And the production of livestock has a direct bearing on food security.
Beneath this grim picture, between 2022 to 2025, through the Chukua Control Project, 20 civil society organizations were empowered to write a new chapter of hope. This project was overseen by PACIDA and supported by Welthungerhilfe through BMZ.
Chukua control is taking control. Chukua is actually what means you take responsibility, you take charge.
Chukua Control Project empowered local CSOs to improve their technical skills, operating systems and procedures. With this capacity, these organizations were well equipped to drive the agenda of sustainable food and nutrition security. The civil society organizations were drawn from Garissa, Kilifi, Tana River, Marsabit, Turkana, Kajiado, Kitui, Makueni, Kakamega, Siaya, Bungoma, and Vihiga counties. These were regions where Welthungerhilfe had undertaken interventions under the outcome area of improved skills of civil society organizations so that they can implement and promote rights-based approaches. 13 CSOs developed advocacy strategies to bolster their work.
The CSOs were trained and came up with 2 canvases, which one was to advocate on the water and sanitation in 4 counties, that is Lodwar, we have Tana River, and we have Kakamega.
Today in the campaign, we have capacity build our network in Kisumu County.
They are able now to hold the government, the county government, even as the duty bearers, accountable to execute our mandate properly.
This is a growing institution, and therefore we do have gaps in different departments, including monitoring and evaluation, including capacity of staff to develop programs along health and even water and sanitation. And we also had challenges of equipment. The projects that have been implemented have really had a heavy support in terms of infrastructure and equipment, and also support for the general well-being of the organization in terms of systems development and capacity building.
We have improved through several trainings that we've received through Chukua Control. The IT equipment, we have received 4 laptops, 1 printer, and 7 tablets. We've also received a software, that is QuickBooks for finance, and it has really brought a lot of improvement in terms of documentation in finance. In terms of logistics, we've also received support. There's 1 motorbike, Kibo, 250G, and it has really helped us a lot in terms of logistics, program officers moving to the field, rescuing vehicles.
We also go on the upper notch of supporting institutional strengthening through capacity building of this particular CSOs whom we are supporting through this project. Of course, in terms of accountability, transparency, leadership.
It's like a cycle.
A WASH Canvas is an advocacy document that supports the organization into identifying the gaps that are there in the county and also proposing on how they could be addressed. In our wash component as PGI, we have done a number of improvement of water infrastructural programs in both Garissa and Tana River, expansion of water pipelines for counties, putting up steel tanks.
Chukua control has not just improved the capacity of ROA, but it has also improved the capacity of our partners who are also duty bearers in this county and even the rights holders.
Zizi, for instance, developed a manual on food and nutrition that was approved by the government and was taken up by 2 more CSOs, namely Latia and Watoto Walwanga. In addition, 7 CSOs participated in shaping policies and regulations on right to food and water at the county level.
In this particular project, CSOs are being empowered to be able to raise the voices of the community to the government because they are the representatives of the community. So it has trained the civil society organization on rights-based approaches, how to be able to approach government. They've been able to be taught about the legal frameworks, just to be able to understand what are the legal frameworks in food, in wash, and understand. They've also been taken through development of an advocacy strategy, and having a strategy, they have now a plan on how to engage with the county governments where they come from.
So Mwananchi comes in, puts forward their requirements, like in this particular ward, we need water, we need boreholes. We propose them in budget estimates. So we take them to the county assembly. Then we embark on implementation. Before we start implementing, we have to go back to Mwananchi and tell them this is the budget that was approved.
So many partners have come in to support the area of water, sanitation and hygiene. And a case in hand is like there is a project by CAPDA in collaboration with the county government of Kakamega, where in the last financial year they were able to connect over 150 households to piped water, and in addition they are doing flushable toilets in every homestead in the village.
The second area of focus involved building the capacity of CSOs to bolster their effectiveness, efficiency and accountability. Under this, PACIDA supported 17 CSOs to build their internal systems, policies and manuals. Others, such as Latia, developed and launched strategic plans within the project period.
My name is Paul Mbugua. I'm the chairman of Latia Agribusiness Institute, which focuses purely on a number of things pertaining agriculture. Established about 18 years ago, to key focus areas remain education to women as well as youth, or introducing them into agriculture to address the labor market that has been of great interest to the agriculture sector, to address the food security, and that is ensuring that we are able to grow sufficient food to serve us as well as possibly export. And lastly is becoming an innovation center to introduce or do research for new areas of agriculture. But we cannot do this alone. We have partnered over with various partners across the country and outside the country. For example, the Chukua project that we have been able to partner with them in terms of achieving youth education, farmer training, equipping the institute so that we can be able to offer more training and better training to the youth and women in this case. But we also work with them outside the premises of Latia to assist the community, or to reach out to the community, as well as the county of Kajiado, where we have partnered to be able to create impact to the communities by providing water, better agriculture, kitchen gardens, etc. Ultimately, we cannot be able to do all this by ourselves, and therefore a forum like this, where we have brought in all the partners, is purely according to the SDG number 17, which talks about better partnerships for better results.
This is a farm in Kajiado. It's an semi-arid area, so if you can find this in such a place, it is possible in any other place. So it is the need for civil society organizations who are working with farmers to advocate for domestication of policies that are friendly to farmers, to be able to embrace technology, to be able to have extension services that they can be able to understand.
We've been trained on how we can do agriculture, and we've learned on smart agriculture, where persons with disabilities, you don't do extensive farming. It's farming that you can use the small plot that you have. You do even this vertical farming, the permaculture, where there's limited movement and even a person with disability can do.
Kupitia kwa barazas tumekuwa tukielimishwa jinsi unaweza fanya kilimo bora, isikuwe tu bora kilimo, ambacho kinanifaidisha kupitia kwa lishe, kimapato na hata kwa utunzi wa mazingira, kwa sababu sofa tumezingatia utumiaji wa organic manure, hata organic fertilizers. Tulikuwa tunalima sana mahindi tu na maharagwe. Hatukuwa na huo ufahamu kwamba tunaweza integrate na mboga hata na mifugo, angalau kujipatia stability. Na ungepata mazao yetu ilikuwa duni sana. Utapata hata kwa shamba yenye saa hii unaweza kuwa unavuna gunia 2, gunia 3, ulikuwa unapata gorogoro 5, hata watoto wanakulia tu kwa shamba inaisha. Na hapo ndio ufukara unatuzidi. Ukipata kakombe kauji asubuhi, tena hata saa 7 ndio hivyo, hata sapa ukibahatika utapata kaugali tena kadogo.
Importantly, 16 CSOs developed a common project accountability and learning system. WIMED, Watoto Walwanga, a CSO that greatly built its systems thanks to Chukua control.
In our school, we have a sanitation facility that is dedicated for girls. So when you are in your period, you can take your bath in the morning, that is before you attend the classes, and in between the day, in case you have an accident.
Before this block came, when you have stained your clothes, you used to go home, change. Sometimes you miss 2 or sometimes 1 lesson.
Ukienda kwa hiyo block, utapata panty, mafuta, na pia kuna towels yenye ukisha huko unajipanguza na unajipaka mafuta na unabadilisha panty na pia sanitary towel.
Also, we had an issue of girls not having time to take showers from their homes, and when they're in school, their self-esteem was very low.
Our intervention on WASH was informed by the fact that this is an informal settlement. Most of the community members, they either use the trenches or they use the flying toilet. And you cannot say you're providing education for people who do not even have access to basic sanitation. And sanitation is all about dignity.
Hii washroom itengenezwa hapa, at least imesaidia wengi. Tumeanza usafi, imeanza kukua at least.
Kulingana na maoni na lengo la wanakijiji, walisema wanataka joo iwasaidie. Baada ukichenga joo vizuri, kuna magonjwa yatakuwa eliminated.
The community is not only accessing the sanitation, but they also is able to access water within the wash blocks. Women come to wash their clothes. The Chukua control is coming in to support in training the community to manage their sanitation blocks. We are also working directly with the community health promoters. The community health promoters, they work directly under the government, and they are the people who are directly involved with the sanitation and hygiene activities of the community.
Kazi yetu pia ni kupeana health talk. Wakati tunampea mtu, tunamwelimisha chenye tumesoma, pia yeye anaijua na anaitumia. So unapata inapunguza hata magonjwa. Wakati tumetumia ile maji ya kunawa mikono, tunaitega, tunaitumia tena kwa choo. So unapata ile maji tunaitumia vizuri.
We also train the community health promoters on community-led total sanitation, which is a very good intervention to ensure that the community is taking lead. So there is a lot of shift in mindset.
The third area of focus entailed improving coordination and networking with development partners at national and regional governments levels. Under this, CSOs robustly engaged with county governments, shaping policies and influencing their counties in sustainable food and nutrition, security and peace.
We have structures like the county steering group, the CSG, that we use where the CSOs and county government engage. Under the CSGs, we have sector working groups. Like in the water sector, we have the WESCOT, Water and Environmental Sanitation Coordination Committees, where the WASH actors, both from government and from civil society, are able to engage.
We have good working relationship with the agricultural country of Vihiga, Bungoma and Kisumu. When we come to Kajiado, Last year we have the two CSOs that are working in Kajiado with the Kajiado County government. They have managed to come up with a policy, and the policy is being launched in the next 2 months. So this one was enabled through the CSGs and the MAP meetings that the two CSOs, that is Latia and also Dupoto Emma, are coming together as a team to work with the county.
We do a lot of dairy production, which is our anchor program. We also do local chicken production and local vegetables. That is where we are really putting a lot of emphasis.
Mimi ni mkulima. Tunafanya ukulima ya mboga za kienyeji. Napanda mahindi na pia nafuga kuku, especially kuku za improved kienyeji. So after nimeenda hizi trainings, nimefunzwa, tukajifunza jinsi naweza kuendelesha kilimo changu cha mboga na kuku na mahindi. Naweza lisha familia yangu pamoja na pia napeleka soko. Alafu kwa kuku nilikuwa nafuga tu kwa sababu ya kufuga, but after mafunzo nilijua ya kwamba unaweza fuga kuku kwa mwaka mara 3 na ukue able kupata pesa za kutosha. Kwa saa hizi niko na ile tunaita food security. Nikienda kwa season nyingine unapata bado niko na chakula enough.
To share policies, the CSOs engaged under the platforms of county steering groups in their respective counties. The last focus area entailed enhancing knowledge, exchange and learning for quality development and humanitarian aid programming. Under this component, the partners shared their experiences through TV, radio and social media platforms. The partners also conducted peer-to-peer exchange and shared their reports.
Mimi kama mama wa boma nilikuwa sijajua maana ya lishe bora kwa sababu bora mtoto amekula.
Hatukujua maana ya lishe bora. Watoto walikuwa wanashinda hospitalini, fedha zote hata kama ni kibarua zinaishia hospitalini. Unapata afya, wamedheufika, hawanawiri kimwili kwa sababu anakula tu. Huoni mwili ikikua vizuri kulingana na umri wake. Lakini vile tulipoanza kupata mafundisho, tunakuza watoto vyema, wako na afya njema, hatupati madhara kwa sababu kupitia kwa upanzi wa mboga, kuku na maziwa, ile malnutrition yetu tulikuwa tunaona watoto wanadheufika huku na huku na huku, tunaona ni kama hiyo it is already suppressed.
We have enhanced peer-to-peer and learning and exchange programs where the CSOs visit other partner organizations and also organizations that they feel they can get more skills and areas where they can now enhance their activities in each and every activity that they do.
With this project, CSOs were able to prove that we can overcome the pangs of hunger and thirst when we work together. Sustainable food and nutrition security and indeed good governance are within reach. And county governments are valued partners in this journey.
There is need for a lot of capacity building. So we need to do a lot of capacity building and also do a lot of infrastructure support.
Thank you so much. You trained us. You build our capacities as an organization, but we need to be taken further. And I would request WHH, if given an opportunity for a second phase for Chukua control, you should be given to us so that we don't leave this project hanging, but we push it to the end for a sustainable community, whereby they have food security and also the issues of water sanitation and hygiene are addressed in a collaboration.
Chukua Control has indeed opened a new chapter of hope in water, sanitation and hygiene, sustainable food and nutrition security sector, and indeed in Kenya.
Well, for this kind of partners, of course, for our big brothers and those who haven't realized the good package that we have been running for through Chukua Control, we need to have that aspect of consortium movement, building together, holding our hands, and working from one front and trying to think in line with our development goals. You know, in every country, in every setup, there are development milestones, so that we can achieve all together. We say we do it ourselves, and we have managed to reach our destiny when we are one. Long live Chukua Control, long live PACIDA, long live BMZ, and long live WHH, our patent partner.
Chukua Control.
Chukua Control.